Deb's out of town. Yep. You're fine.
Mr. President, ready to begin the meeting.
It is 4:31, Thursday, October 22nd, 26th, 2023. And I call this meeting in the Meridian Historic Preservation Commission to order. Roll call, Blaine Johnston here. Pam Jagosh. Jack Keller.
Here.
Patrick Giddings. Here. Jody Alt.
Present.
Destiny Hart. Deborah Pitts. Adoption of the agenda.
Mr. President,
Mr. Alt.
I move that we adopt the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Alt, seconded by Commissioner Keller for adoption of the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Approval of our minutes from September 28th, 2023.
Mr. President,
Commissioner Giddings.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Giddings, seconded by Commissioner Alt for approval of our September 28th, 2023 meeting. All those in favor say aye.
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 Carries. Thank you. New business, citizen inquiry on historic properties at 1310 North Main Street. The owners reached out to us on this house through email. I talked to them back. Ms. Schiffler, do you have those photos that I emailed to you? Can you put those up? Maybe not.
I can. It will take me a few minutes.
That's fine. I don't know the exact age of the home. Right now it's owned by Avest Partnerships. They purchased it in 2017. They've done some remodeling on the interior. Excuse me. The exterior is in pretty good shape. It's a good Tudor home. I have to do some more research on it. It kind of looks like a Turnlet and Hummel home. If the age is right, pre-1940, it could be, but I don't know that for sure. I'm going to do some research on it. But anyway, the owners would like to have the home. A couple of things. One would be put onto our walking tour. And secondly, if it's eligible completely to be listed on the National List of Historic Places. From the survey that TAG did, the building itself is eligible architecturally. Some of the correspondence I have, I need to forward these to Ms. Schiffler, is I believe from their emails that an old, I don't know if they're called town sheriffs or town marshals, used to live in that home years and years and years ago. And one of the prior mayors lived next door to it. So I don't know if I'd have to reach out to maybe to Lila to see if she has any history on that, to make sure on that. But anyway, they are willing to give us, I shouldn't say give us the money, pay for some of the application for national listing, and I think also help pay for the work required to do the walking tour from my conversations with them. So that's all I have at that time. Okay. The picture you see in front of you is just the front of the house. Like I said, it's a nice Tudor style home. I know the windows have been replaced. The old either aluminum, wood, or steel sashed windows have been replaced with some vinyl ones, but the scale of the windows is still intact. Or the grid in the windows would be the same as what was originally put in. I did meet with the owners prior to this meeting and went inside to look around. It's empty right now, and I didn't get a chance to get any pictures of it, but I think it's worth investigating further on our behalf to see if the property is eligible. So that's all I have on that property. Is there any questions?
President,
Mr. Neri?
President, there's the commission. So I believe this home used to belong to a former Boise police sergeant that I used to work with.
Okay,
So I can reach out to some of the contacts I have with Boise Police to see if he's still in the area. He may be able to give some more background on the house. I don't recall how long he lived there, but I know he lived in that house.
okay,
So I'll see if I can get some more information for the commission as well.
perfect. Thank you, Mr. Neri. Any other questions? Comments? Okay, we will go on to old business. Project updates, Eggers Farmstead Black Cat Development. I don't have anything new as far as trying to save the silo, barn, or granary. I do know that that application is with the city now for annexation and conditional use permit. Like I said previously, the current owners are willing to put up some signage, monuments out in front to at least document some of the history of it. And I believe they're going to work with TAG on that signage for us. My conversation in the past is, like I said before, it basically just comes down to money for the owners. Trying to move those structures is expensive, and I get that. And it looks like from their plats that they're putting roads where those structures are. So unfortunately, as much as we tried, I don't think we're going to be able to salvage those. I'm still working on it a little bit, meeting with or emailing a few people. If I get some positive news, if someone's willing to move it, we can bring that before the commission, and I'll make sure I can reach out to existing owners. Say, hey, someone is interested in relocating those structures before you demo them out. We do have photographs of those structures, so at least we're documented that way for photographs. That's all I have on those. Ms. Schiffer, do you have any updates on the Speedway?
Mr. President and Commissioners, I do have a little bit of an update. I did hear back. They said that they are currently at work on the final revisions. They had to pause for a while based on preparations for the 2023 Historic Sites Review Board, but that was held a few weeks ago. So now they're working on it and anticipate that the Speedway nomination will be complete and submitted to the National Park Service in the next several weeks, and they'll let us know as soon as that occurs.
Thank you. Any questions, comments on project updates? Hearing none, we will go on to reports. Subcommittee update, continuing to work on RFP for updated historic preservation plan. Commissioner Giddings, you have the floor.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. So the subcommittee had last met on October the 3rd, where we reviewed progress on the RFP draft. Just as a reminder, the purpose of this RFP is to secure the services of a professional consultant to create a new Meridian Historic Preservation Plan. In a previous subcommittee meeting, which we held in September, on September the 8th, we developed an outline for the RFP, and we divided up the work of creating the different sections between the three of us on the subcommittee. Since then, the members have been hard at work, and they've submitted their work on their parts of the draft RFP for the most part. Having done all of that, I've taken all of that work and compiled it into a draft RFP document that is very nearly complete as an initial draft, which the subcommittee needs to review and refine. I also checked to make sure that the items from our previous survey that we took was included in that RFP draft. So the draft has been uploaded onto the Google Drive. I just did that today. I just got it finished up. So subcommittee members can review it ahead of our next subcommittee meeting, which is scheduled for November the 14th of 2023. So our next steps are to refine and complete the draft RFP so that it can be submitted to Meridian City Purchasing for their review and approval. We also need to begin the process of submitting a grant application to SHPO. As reported in the last meeting, the grant application period runs from November the 1st through January the 31st. And so to reiterate, our plan is to apply for the grant and also have an RFP ready in anticipation of receiving the grant money. Mr. President, this concludes my report, and I'm open to questions or comments.
Any questions for Commissioner Giddings? I would just like to thank the subcommittee members for their hard work, and we'll get together on the 14th to review, and hopefully we can get it close to a final draft so we can get that submitted to city for review.
Yep, that would be great.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Ms. Schiffler?
Mr. President, Commissioners, sorry, just backing up to the earlier item about that property. I just had a couple things I wanted to mention. I did look at the survey report that was just completed, and it was listed as potentially individually eligible for the National Historic Registry. So that's potentially an option for that property. And I did check in just about the cost of that. So the first step would be doing a preliminary eligibility review, and that's $750. And then if it's found eligible, they check with SHPO, see if they confirm, and then like a full review and nomination to the National Park Service is a ballpark of $5,000. So that's the cost. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Schiffler. Any other questions or comments? With that, our next scheduled meeting should have been November 23rd. That is Thanksgiving. So right now we are recommending cancellation of our scheduled November meeting, and we'll have a combined November, December meeting. And that will be on Thursday, November 30th at 4:30 here in the council chambers. So put that on your calendar.
Mr. President, could we get a motion and vote on that?
We can do that. So I need a motion to cancel our regular November meeting on November 23rd and have a combined November, December meeting on November 30th.
Mr. President,
Commissioner Alt,
I move that we cancel the regular scheduled meetings for November and December and have a special meeting on November 30th at 4:30.
Second.
motion by Commissioner Alt, seconded by Commissioner Keller, and I'm not going to try to repeat that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. We'll see everybody on the 30th. Quick meeting. Thanks, everybody. We're done.